Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns. As you know, most of us have been under this like snowmageddon type thing, and where we live, our apartment complex, our landlord hires someone to clear our walks and our drive, the parking lot, within 24 hours of the event. That has not happened the past 3 snows that we have had. Now, each time they give us an amount of time, we have to move the cars so they can come clear the parking lot. I've done that all 3 times. And the parking lot still looks like crap. I'm going to insert some pictures of the first, the second, and the third snow, and then a video of this last one that the ice came Thursday night. Snow came Friday about 2:30. It was all done. They told us that we needed to have our cars out of the spot between 8:30 and 9 a.m. in the morning so they could salt the parking lot, which meant Jane got to get up real early, go out, and clean off 3/4 of an inch of ice underneath the snow. But I did it, and I moved the car. Nobody showed up to salt. By 1 o'clock, I had to run to the grocery store to get some things. Went to the grocery store, got them, came back and parked in the spot because they still hadn't shown up. Called to find out what was going on. We won't go into that call because it was a royal, let me put it this way. When I called, it was their after hours call. The gal couldn't hear me because she had the game on so damn loud. She kept going, huh? I said, how about you turn the stuff down? And she answered the phone, just, hello. And I said, is this Patty Davis Real Estate? She said, yes, it's the after hours. What can I do for you? And I told her, I said, had to have the car out. We moved it. They're supposed to come salt. They've not shown up yet. You know, that was this morning. Could you give us another time so we know when they'll come back so we make sure the cars are out of the parking lot? But honestly, folks, you don't need to move the cars to salt. Because underneath your car, there's no snow, no ice, no nothing. But we do it anyway. She said, yes, I'll get back to you, and took my name and number. Never called back. They showed up Sunday evening, about 4:33, 4:30, maybe 5:30, somewhere around in there. Did 2 of the walks, left our back walk looking like hell, iced over. Didn't bother to come back and finish it, so I called to find out what's going on. All they did was come out and salt. They've not cleaned it off yet. So, I'm going to insert video, pictures and video here. What you're seeing here is Sunday afternoon, and you see those little holes? That's the little bit of salt they put out on the snow and ice so they could get rid of it. There's my back door. Yeah, I'm taking the trash out, and this is a cart I bring from the car to bring the groceries in. So I am going to take the cart out to the car, but I thought I would show you the beautiful job that this company does for getting our walks nice and clear. Now granted, this happened Friday, Thursday night into Friday morning.
Haven't had any more snow, ice, or rain since then. Our lease says it is removed within 24 hours after the event happens. Can you see what has not happened? And Saturday morning, we'd gotten a notice Friday night that I had to move the car Saturday morning between 8:30 and 9 so they could salt. So I had to go out and clean 3/4 of an inch of ice off the car. So I did that early that morning, moved the car, and had it out on the front street, which is a main highway there. Sorry about going so fast. But I had the car moved. I didn't go back to the car until 1 o'clock. They still hadn't come out to put salt out, and they didn't. That day I called the office to find out when they were going to salt. They showed up about 7:30 last night and put a dinky amount of salt out. So we don't know if we're ever going to get our walk cleared. Couldn't go to church today because of the ice. Didn't feel safe enough to walk on it. I do have some snow cleats that slip onto my shoes, snow spikes, whatever you want to call them. So I have those on so I can go out and try to get into the mailbox. Friday it was frozen shut. Today it's a little warmer, so maybe I'll be able to get into the mailbox. But yeah, I just thought you'd like to see what a great job this company does. All right, see you in a few. Now here's the front part of the apartments. Ours is over here on that side, down towards the end. And as you can see, they've not done anything. My walk looks like this on the front. I can't get out the front door at all. It's worse than the front door. And the gutters drip right onto the front step, and it's a mess. The threshold is disintegrating, and they've not finished fixing that. So she keeps putting up an excuse not to fix it. But I just thought I'd show you what it looks like.
Isn't that lovely? Don't you love some people's work ethics? All right. Now, you've seen these hats before, but I added scarves. I did get an Addy 22 pin, so I played with it and added a small little skinny scarf to this one. And then this one I added just a granny square. Not granny square. Granny, back and forth granny row hat. This one I added a regular Addy, just in the black, to go with this hat. And then this hat, I did what was left of the Mexicana that I had, so there you go. So now all the hats have scarves, they're ready to go. Next month, prayer shawls, so. I did decide to join in on some of the blanket alongs, cowls, those kind of things. And one of the first ones that I chose to do is the 2-color granny square blanket, and this is by Olga Poltava. I think that's how you pronounce it. Real easy pattern. It's not difficult to follow. You could actually follow the tutorial, but I do like to have the patterns. And the colors that I chose are just plain mainstays red and mainstays gray. And I'm really liking the way that it's coming out. And this is for the Lost boys the movie Marquee challenge. And yes, I am doing a blanket, lapgan, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. And I am enjoying that as well. Now the next one is the, what is Cindy and Lisa calling that? The hashtag Best Buddy Blanket Cow. And this is done with Glenda Winkerman's Creative Grandma's blanket Winter in the Woods. And here is that blanket. And yes, I paid for the pattern. Right now it's like $1.99. With tax here in Pennsylvania it was $2.11. I think it's worth it for Glenda's patterns. I love Glenda's patterns. It's real easy. Now I chose to do it in the color Domino. In the puzzle color Domino. Now, I don't think that I will be giving this one to Prayer Shawl because I'm absolutely loving it. And what you get here is you get a two-sided effect with this. You get this lovely pattern on this side, and then you get the back side, which is just as beautiful and textured. So I'm really enjoying doing that. And as you can see, I've just started on my first ball. And yes, I am doing Nan's next knots. I will tell you, the colors that I have on my chart don't really do it complete justice, because my main color I've chosen to use Red Heart's Party Pool. I'm not real sure where it died at, but I am going to tell you my colors again that I've chosen. My main color is the Red Heart Party Pooling in the Fiesta color. My number 1 color is Black Plum. That is by Caron. It is a 1-pounder. Number 2 is Red Heart in the color Lemon. Number 3 is the Caron 1-pounder in the Limeade because I had enough of it left over. Number 4 is I Love This Yarn in Fruit Salad. Number 5 is I Love This Yarn in Ocean. Number 6 is Red Heart in Gold. Number 7 is Craft Smart in Aqua. And number 8 is Red Heart in Jade. And there's a little bit of a sampling of those colors. But here is the start. We've only done week 1. And the top and the bottom are that Red Heart Party Pooling in Fiesta. And then you have the fruit salad in between, because number 4 was the first week. So that is the start. I am doing it in granny stripes. The pattern is by Crochet with Claire, and it's a very simple pattern, and I like doing grannies. But there are my color choices in all their glory. This is the Black Plum, and then there is the remainder of the colors there. So I'm kind of using scraps here and there. I only have, I believe, 5 skeins of the Party Pooling. So I may run out of this before we get done. And I don't know that I'll do a full blanket, the full 20 weeks. I may do like I've done in the past where I did 10 and then started another blanket, did 10, so that they just come out to be like a lapgan size. But yeah, I'm really enjoying these because right now I have so much on my plate. It's just easier to follow along than to lead with anything. That's just the way it rolls. Alright. Now, I had told you I was going to get you the story about the woman with the monkeys. I'm not going to do that. Basically, she is undergoing some treatment for rabies and some viral infection. Although, like I said, the CDC and the Army base where those monkeys were going know exactly what those monkeys were infected with. And they really should be honest with the woman to let her know what her process is, you know, just in case. Now we have a story that happened here in Pennsylvania. Stolen bobcat from Pocono Snake and Animal Farm. A 22-year-old bobcat named Blanche was stolen from a zoo in the Poconos Friday morning. This man just walked right in past the camera, said John Lowrys, whose family has owned Pocono Snake and Animal Farm for 15 years. 4 minutes later, we see him struggling, kicking the bobcat out the door. According to Lowrys, the front door to the business was left unlocked by an employee Thursday night. A Ring surveillance camera recorded the man as he walked inside around 10:15 a.m. and left 4 minutes later, the struggling bobcat in tow. He dropped her several times in the parking lot and wrestled with her. Which I'm kind of glad he did wrestle with her. Laura said, I think he said something like, I don't want to kill you. Blanche is an elderly cat, medicated for arthritis and a heart condition. She's a sweetheart, too, Laura said, but he knows she didn't like to be manhandled. And what bobcats do. Employees found chunks of hair and a broken claw in the parking lot, and the state police believe the man may have been injured in the struggle, and it was so deservedly, if you asked me. He hauled the cat, which typically weigh between 20 and 22 pounds, into a red Hyundai and drove away. An employee arrived at Pocono Snake and Animal Farm about 10 minutes later to find Blanche missing. A rolled-up $50 bill left in her place. She called Lowrys frantic. I didn't believe her at first. Like, what? Lowrys said. I couldn't believe it. It's so out there. It's unbelievable. Lowrys estimates that the bobcats are worth up to $5,000. And there's an update. Suspect arrested and found. The man accused of stealing Blanche the bobcat was apprehended Friday around 5 p.m., so he didn't have her very long. Blanche was returned to Pocono Snake and Animal Farm with no apparent serious injury, said John Lowrys. We're stabilizing her and making sure she's hydrated for the 2.5-hour trip to see the exotic veterinarian. We'll get her checked out and make sure she's okay. And there was a picture of this dastardly dude stealing Blanche, and as he walked up into the farm. I hope they throw the book at him. What was he thinking? God. There's video of this next one, and it's awful cute. It really is. Ice skating dog shows off talent and skills for charity in New York. A rescue dog raised money for charity in New York by showing off an unusual skill. Ice skating. Cheryl DeSangro of Las Vegas said she rescued Benny, her 8-year-old Labrador retriever, from a kill shelter in Utah. When I contacted the shelter, I found out it was his last day. She's told WPIX-TV he was going to be put down the next day. So I had arrangements made and they pulled him, and I had him sent down to Las Vegas, and I adopted him. Del Sangro, a retired professional figure skater, said she decided to try to teach Benny to navigate the ice on custom-made skates. He'll just run on the ice whenever he wants and skate around after me and chase me. And so he really does like it, she said. Benny made his New York debut at Woolman Rink in Central Park, at which he showed off his skills to raise money for the Animal Vision Foundation. It's really a shame dogs don't have as much care for their eyes, so we've gotten involved with this. Benny takes a supplement, Del Sangro said. And Benny does a fine job of ice skating. You know, babies decide they're going to come when they're going to come. They ain't waiting on nobody. They ain't waiting on no sandwich. As Ella can say, the baby comes fast. And if you haven't seen Ella's little baby Junebug, you need to go see her. She is beautiful. All right. Firefighters deliver baby in Jimmy John's parking lot during a snowstorm. Firefighters in Illinois helped deliver the baby in a parking lot of a Jimmy John's sandwich shop when the parents were unable to make it to the hospital in time during the snowstorm. The Plainfield Fire Protection District said firefighters were dispatched Wednesday morning on the report of a woman in labor in a business parking lot. The district said in a Facebook post that a healthy baby girl was born within 7 minutes of the firefighters' arrival. The call actually came in at the parking lot of Jimmy John's, which is actually kind of crazy because, you know, Jimmy John's freaky fast, and this was a freaky fast birth. Chief John Stratton told WFLD-TV. Stratton and Lieutenant Brian Gallup said it's the first time they've been called out to deliver a baby. We wrapped the baby up. Dad cut the cord. We took the baby into the ambulance from there to keep it warm because it was obviously pretty cold out, Gallup said. Mother and baby were taken to Amita Health St. Joseph Medical Center in Joliet, where doctors said they were doing well. It was really nasty weather out there, and it made that day turn into a sunshine day. I mean, it's so overwhelming to be able to do this and to change somebody's life. It's crazy. It's phenomenal, Stratton said. And I have to tell you, as a nursery and a NICU nurse, being in that labor and delivery room, when these precious babies come out, it is amazing. You know it's a miracle the babies are born. Ontario has a rather strange item that's causing problems. And it's not the truckers that are on strike. Giant snowbear sculpture drawing attention next to Ontario Highway. Travelers on an Ontario highway were treated to an unusual sight this week when a local resident built a 10-foot polar bear sculpture out of snow. What else are you going to do with all that snow, right? Tina, I'm going to butcher the name, Lantingyen of Kingston said in a Facebook post that her husband Rob spent 3 days building the love bear in the couple's backyard. She said the bear was an early Valentine's surprise. She said Rob built the sculpture, a polar bear with a heart on its chest, facing Highway 38 so it could be enjoyed by the community. Rob installed lights so the bear could be seen at night. He always goes big, she told Global News. It just brings a smile to everybody's face, which is so nice, especially this time of year when so many are down with all the COVID and all the stuff. The bear is dressed in a scarf holding a glass Coke bottle. The bear's nose and eyes were made using hockey pucks. She said the response to the display has inspired her husband to plan future displays. Next year, I'm sure there will be something bigger, she said. He always goes above and beyond. This next story I find absolutely appropriate for where it was happening. Loose chicken found wandering in Pentagon security area. That's right, the Pentagon. Animal rescuers in Virginia responded to an unusual national security situation. A chicken on the loose in the Pentagon security area. The Animal Welfare League of Arlington said personnel were summoned to the U.S. Department of Defense headquarters when a chicken was caught sneaking around the security area at the Pentagon. Apparently, the answer to why the chicken crossed the road is to get to the Pentagon. The AWL quipped in a Facebook post. The animal rescue group said it cannot identify the location of the security checkpoint where the chicken was found. For actual security reasons, we are not allowed to disclose the exact location, AWL spokesman Chelsea Jones told the Washington Post. The AWL said the chicken, now dubbed Henny Penny, will have a new permanent home at a Virginia animal sanctuary. And isn't that not the most appropriate place to be in D.C.? At the Pentagon. All it took was a chicken to break the security. Alright guys, that's it for today. Everybody have a blessed day and I'll see you again soon. And remember, choose kindness.